Morning. So, I'm going to start by paying attention to how we're seated, finding our own comfortable, stable position. Really just thinking about a straight back, open torso, starting to bring our attention into the physical body, looking for any places of tension, trying to relax and settle the body in a stable position. Just letting the body fall into place. Then we focus on the quality of our mind, gathering our mental energy, holding it in the present moment, again and again, letting go of anything that wants to grab our attention, anything that wants to pull us away. And just notice those distracting thoughts and release them without our energy of attachment. Those thoughts will dissolve on their own. Using the breath as an anchor, hold your awareness in what's happening right now, not going into the past or the future. Breathing gently, breathing normally through the nose, and holding your attention on whatever sensations arise. And with the mind in a more clear and calm place, set a virtuous motivation for today's meditation on cultivating patience with an understanding of the interdependent nature of our existence, the importance of not harming other sentient beings. So strong determination to use this time to become familiar with the disadvantages of not practicing patience and the advantages of practicing patience, both for oneself and for others. We'll begin an analytical contemplation on the advantages of patience. So, patience is the primary antidote to the arising of anger. We can think of times in the last few weeks when we got angry, and think of the physical changes, the mental changes that happen to ourselves, how we ourselves are cut off from our own continuum of contentment. So if we learn more deeply to apply patience to difficult circumstances, then our own mental happiness and contentment will increase. Our relationships will improve, achieving higher rebirth, become more realistic. And when we look back at our life, we'll be able to experience our death without regret. Dr. Davis says, whoever abandons anger will be happy in this and all future lives. Better contemplate advantages of overcoming anger with patience. when you get some visceral sense of the inherent worth or benefit, then just rest in that insight that it benefits my own mind to abandon anger with patience. We can contemplate the disadvantages of anger or the disadvantages of not applying the antidote of patience. You can see when anger predominates in the mind is poisoned by the anger, and any of our joys, our sense of peace, any stability or equanimity in the mind, all of these are completely disturbed by the arising of anger. Our health, our ability to sleep, our enjoyment of our friends, our family, good food, all worldly enjoyments, even those are completely eliminated when the mind of anger is predominating. Then there are subtler consequences, our storehouse of positive karmic potential is diminished by the seeds of anger. Our progress toward enlightenment can be blocked or delayed by strong tendencies toward anger and hatred. And the more that we practice anger, the more likely we are to become angry again and again. Try to clearly see the disadvantages of anger. And if you can get to a place of revulsion or disgust, or strong wish to be separated from the tendency to become angry, and hold your mind in that. When a bodhisattva receives harm from another, they apprehend someone under the influence of anger or hatred or delusion and they see an object of compassion. In them, the wish to help arises rather than the wish to harm. This person is under the influence of strong negative mental states and has lost their ability to act appropriately. And so they become an object of our compassion. And think prior to this difficult situation where someone said or did something that bothered me, I had the potential of Buddha nature to achieve enlightenment. And even after I feel like I've been harmed, I still have the same Buddha potential, the same Buddha nature. That hasn't changed in any way. So, really, the only danger, the only harm could come from my anger. Only that can prevent me from actualizing my Buddha potential. And think if I only see difficult circumstances or problems, then I'll constantly be overwhelmed, constantly give rise to anger. I have to learn to see beneficial aspects of difficult circumstances. These circumstances show me what kinds of non virtue to avoid so that I don't create the seeds to experience this again. They show me what kinds of positive actions to engage in to be able to have different experiences in the future. They help me to develop definite emergence, the wish to turn away from the whole cycle of suffering. And they help me touch the universal ground of dissatisfaction and suffering so that I can generate love and compassion and bodhicitta motivation. Try to make a few examples of obstacles, difficult situations that you experienced, but seeing them as opportunities for growth. And rest your mind in the determination that in the same way that we would put up with suffering to cure a physical disease, that we will be determined to practice patience in order to cure ourselves of the negative habits of anger. And then we'll dedicate. So we think over the positive actions that we've engaged in, and the positive karmic seeds that we've created. And we just let all of that energy go, releasing it for the benefit of all sentient beings, seeing the great need in our world for healing, and offering our practice for the benefit of all sentient beings, thinking that may this meditation serve as a cause for my enlightenment so that I can work perfectly for the benefit of sentient beings. May it create the conditions for my spiritual guides to have limitlessly long lives without obstacles. Thank you.